Hello everyone, welcome to a really special video that I never thought I would ever make. Um, Today we're going to be breaking down the trailer for the new Shadowverse game that is pretty much going to be replacing the current Shadowverse game. Um, Before I get into it though, there's a lot of worry and concern of what might happen to the current Shadowverse game. Um, from what I've seen, I'll put up a screenshot on screen right now, post editing. Um, that they're not necessarily shutting down the current Shadowverse game. They're more so what I speculate them to do with the current Shadowverse game is after Shadowverse Worlds Beyond releases, they're probably just gonna keep the servers up for the current Shadowverse game, and maybe just do bug fixes, maybe like small events, maybe do like nostalgic updates. Change the meta with nostalgia based cards meta. You know what I'm saying? That's probably my speculation. I think it would be pretty dumb for them to just completely shut down the game, because that would cause a lot of people to be upset, because people have spent so much money on the game, and including me. And another thing that isn't clear yet is if there's going to be some sort of not cross progression. What's the word? If there's going to be if any of our current account data is going to be transferred to the new game, like leaders, customization stuff, all the money that we spent on the game, like will we get like currency refund? Not necessarily refund, but like a currency equivalent to what we spent on the old game into the new game. Like we don't know any of that information yet, and once we know that information, I will make sure to update y'all with another video. But yeah, currently the future of the current Shadowverse game is kind of up in the air, but I can tell you that it's not dead per se. The servers will still be up. You'll still be able to play the game from my understanding. It's not their focus. And you'll see what I mean once we get into this trailer breakdown. So let's just hit play. See, I like this, what they're doing right now on the trailer. Showing all the characters, all the stuff that we've been through. New project. Here we have a new character right here. This is, I think, the Portalcraft player who was going to be the new protagonist for this game. And here you see all the other leaders, the Portalcraft leader. And there's just mere speculation on who all these guys will be. But I'm pretty sure the creature back there, I'm pretty sure that's Abysscraft. Which, if you're confused, you're like, oh, Abysscraft, is that a new class? Not necessarily. We'll get to that in a minute. By the way, can I just say, this is waifu material. Alright, let's continue. Here we're getting a close-up of all the new leaders. Here we have a new UI, new animations, and let me tell you what, these animations look beautiful. Absolutely clean. And here, oh, let's go back for a second. Right here. We have a 5-hand mulligan now. Instead of 3, you start with 5 cards, it seems. And maybe the person going second will probably have, no, not second, or first. Because it looks like up here, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in that person's hand. That would probably mean that they're going first. And then here, you have 5 cards, so probably second. But it's interesting to see that we're starting off with more cards than what it usually is. And right here is a new ability, which is kind of similar to what we have in the physical version, Shadowverse Evolved. This is the Engage ability, I believe, to where you can activate like certain card effects whenever you want to. So instead of it being locked down to like a fanfare effect, you get to choose when you want to activate that effect if that card is in play. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. Now here is something I want to show y'all. We have 1 play point, 2 play points, 3 play points, 4 play points, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we still have 10 play points. And it even has the number thing right here, 1 out of 4. Deck size might still be the same, if not a little bit larger. So we see 30 right here, 31. This guy has 6 cards in his hand. The UI is still pretty similar. This guy, though, has 3 evolution points. And then this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 evolution points. So there's a little bit of a change right there. But there will be a little bit something different with the evolution point system that has changed. So we'll get to that. Oh, here's the evolution animation. Card art looks really good. Again, more animations look really good. Let me check something real quick. I wonder if I have... Oh, unavailable. No subtitles. Interesting. Alright, this is just the game trailer. That's right. Oh, right here. See, right here you see a blue evolution point. Now, what that is going to be is the super evolution that they have announced. We'll get to that as well. And here's where things get weird. I'm just gonna not even talk. Well, actually no, right here. So it looks like we have characters, like customizable like avatars that you can use, almost like in like a metaverse type of thing. Create your own character, you go into like a social lobby, talk to other players, interact with other players, do mini games like soccer. This game, I never played it. I keep forgetting what the name of this game is. Feel free to roast me in the comments. But yeah, we got stuff like that. We got fishing. And this, some sort of like dungeon crawler type thing. I don't know. I'd love to see what that is. A lot of people are already speculating on what that is, or I think a lot of people already know what it is, but I think they were saying it was like some sort of like previous like Games project that never really went anywheres. Stuff like that. I don't know. Really, the only games that I played is obviously Shadowverse and then Shadowverse Champions Battle on the Switch. So I don't know a lot. I don't know much about their games outside of Shadowverse, is what I'm saying. But yeah, here it is. Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. Now, I'm going to go to their official premiere. And we'll go over it more there. So, quick transition. Okay, so here we are with the Shadowverse next premiere that just premiered like last night. And here's going to be some interesting things I want to go over. Okay, so obviously it's going to be free to play, available for iOS, Android, and PC. I would love to see Shadowverse come to PlayStation and Xbox, but that's probably just wishful thinking. But maybe sometime in the future. It even says right here, we're doing our best to make the game available to as many players as possible. So maybe sometime in the future they will probably put it on consoles. But we'll have to see. Okay, this is what I really want to focus on. So it says here, so instead of simply updating the game, we've decided to release a new Shadowverse. So that right there already shows a lot of us that this is basically Shadowverse 2. This is a sequel, a direct sequel to the Shadowverse. They are replacing the current Shadowverse game with this game. And with new mechanics, new card mechanics, better UI, which is something a lot of people have been wanting. So yeah, basic rules such as deck building and card types will remain the same. So it should be basically the same game that you are used to knowing, with more mechanics basically. They're not really changing the core foundation of it. They're just they're building upon it. Right here, Super Evolution. Super Evolution will be available from the second player's 6th turn onwards. Up to 2 remaining evolution points will turn into Super Evolution points. So what exactly does this do? I'm pretty sure it varies from card to card, just like regular evolving does, but this has me interested because that means that cards will have 2 different varieties to them, 2 different variations. It'll be really interesting to see. Like, you might have a Super Evolution point available, but maybe you would want to just regular evolve a card for a specific effect that you want. I mean, who knows what that's going to be like, but that is pretty interesting. Okay, I missed it in the trailer, but I'll put a screenshot up right now. And here is the screenshot of the Super Evolution point. And it seems like you do actually have a choice on whether or not you want to just regular evolve or super evolve. So yeah, if they're giving you an option, then that means there probably is going to be some reason to choose a regular evolution over a super evolution, and then vice versa. Okay, so right here, the first player will have 3 evolution points, and the second player will have 4 evolution points. So yeah, they've increased the amount of evolution points that you could have. Okay, so Super Evolve abilities. These activate when a follower Super Evolves. Evolve abilities will also trigger. Okay, so right there, that just confirms that when you Super Evolve, you still have the regular Evolve effects to trigger. So again, will there actually be a point in time to where you choose a regular evolution over a Super Evolution if you have the option to Super Evolve? Because they're giving you the option, I'm sure some cards will be like, to where you would want to choose a regular evolution over a super evolution in certain scenarios and situations. Just playing the card itself has Ward. Evolving it will summon another one, but Super Evolve, it'll give it Storm. So in this scenario, chances are you're going to want to Super Evolve over a regular Evolve, unless Super Evolve points are separate than your evolution points. So like you say, you can have like 3 evolution points and then 2 Super Evolve points. Maybe you could choose a regular evolution point to save a Super Evolution point for another card. But there's also a chance that maybe all your evolution points at a certain point automatically turn into Super Evolution points, which I think he did say earlier in the video. I'm pretty sure he did. So I'm pretty sure, but that still doesn't explain how you can still choose a regular evolution over a super evolution. We'll have to see more gameplay to really know how that'll work. This is just mere speculation. We're all going off of a trailer right now, what we've been shown. But yeah, I'm going with the belief that you can still choose to regular evolve over super evolve. From what I've seen, I think that's what is more likely to happen. Right here, Engage, this is something that already exists in the physical version, Shadowverse Evolve. This is, like I said earlier, to where you can choose when to activate a card's ability whenever it's in play. So instead of it only being whenever you play the card or whenever it dies, you can have it trigger on your command if that card is still in play. So right here, you have Adventurer's Guild. It's a neutral amulet. Fanfare, draw a follower from your deck. And then Engage, which is, again, that optional effect that you can activate whenever you please, as long as the card is still in play. It says, select an allied follower in play, give it +1/+1, and rush, and then destroy the amulet. Okay, so right here, we have Forestcraft, Swordcraft, Runecraft, Dragoncraft, Abysscraft, Havencraft, Portalcraft, and then the neutral cards. So, as I said earlier, there was Abysscraft, and if you're not up to date with the Shadowverse like classes, especially when it comes to the physical version, because the physical version doesn't have Shadowcraft or Bloodcraft, it's Abysscraft. And basically, to my knowledge, Abysscraft is a combination of Shadowcraft and Bloodcraft. I think it's like primarily Shadowcraft, like with the Shadows ability, but it seems like you just have like Bloodcraft cards in that mix as well. That's to my knowledge. I don't exactly play Shadowverse Evolve. I mainly collect the cards. But this Abysscraft isn't anything new. That this exists in the physical version of the game. So right here we have the Portalcraft protagonist. This is one of the protagonists. This is the Portalcraft Dryzen. Um, Again, waifu material. Okay. Let's go to the Forestcraft character. Love Sign. I really love the art of these characters. They look so good. Oh, and that's all that was actually revealed. So they've revealed two characters, or at least the names of the characters, and you've seen like a preview of the other characters' faces in the trailer, but they haven't exactly like revealed their names or their classes yet. But there's speculation. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that creature, the only one that isn't humanoid, is probably Abysscraft, if we're being real. Okay, so right here. World features, players will be able to move around freely in-game using their own custom-made avatars. We have a picture here of someone running through the lobby. I guess I'll call it a lobby. Here's someone interacting with another player. And then you can see right here two other players already in a match. Let's see what else. Here's some more pictures of the world. Players will be able to interact and battle with each other, participate in events, and enjoy a variety of other content. Here's some minigames. Aside from card battles, other features are also planned. More details will be revealed at a later date. So, as you can see, we have that one game that I mentioned earlier. You have fishing, you have that little dungeon crawler type thing. It's kind of confusing on why they went this route, but also at the same time I kind of understand. It's really weird. I just hope they actually successfully pull this off, because the way I see it, if these mini games don't offer any like substance or any reward for doing these mini games, people aren't going to be playing these mini games. People are just going to be playing the main card game, which most people will anyways, because that's what they're playing Shadowverse for, is the card game. So that's why I feel like there has to be incentive for these mini games besides them just existing. Say for like rewards, in-game currency to buy card packs or specific cards. Maybe some rewards could be alternate art cards, could be animated cards, could be avatar customization, profile customization like emblems and flares as they're called in the current game. Stuff like that. That could be pretty interesting. That would give players a reason to play these mini games, but we'll have to see if they actually do that, or if these mini games are just here as like a distraction or like a bonus kind of thing. We'll have to see, and once we have more information on that, I will update y'all. Another thing I want to say is that I feel like this lobby system will probably be really, really good for like a guild features. Say like, if you're familiar with the guild in current Shadowverse, it is very basic, unused. People really only use it to share replays easily and to share decks, but that's really about it. There's really no purpose outside of those two things for the guild. So I feel like this game can really improve upon that guild system if they do have a guild system in this game. Like maybe to like create tournaments, have like challenges, like guild challenges for guild rewards, like a lot of other games do. I would really love to see that implemented. Okay, so they're doing a lot of stuff with esports stuff, with the return of World Grand Prix, so that's good. Let's see, where is that at? Right here, World Championship, with 10 million Japanese yen, and a special Shadowverse Evolve card, so that'd be pretty cool. And here are the slots for the competitive scene. You have 8 slots for Raid Shadowverse, 3 slots for Raid Shadowverse Pro Tour, 4 slots Shadowverse Netties Championship, 2 slots Shadowverse Korea Open, 2 slots Shadowverse Taiwan. I can't believe I just butchered that. Shadowverse Taiwan Open, Shadowverse 3 slots Shadowverse Open West Southeast Asia Open, and then 2 slots Wild Card. If you're wanting my opinion on this, I don't have much. I only somewhat watch the competitive scene. Like I like watching it. I don't know too much about the championship or the competitive scene, if you know what I mean. I just like playing the game, and I like recording videos. I like making content about the game. So I'm not too big in the competitive scene, though I do like watching it. So a lot of this stuff I don't have much of opinion on. I'm just glad that the competitive scene is still alive, you know? Right here. He even says, I think many of you are wondering what will happen to the current Shadowverse game. Regarding the future operation of the Shadowverse game, details will be announced on December 14th on official Shadowverse social media platforms. So whenever that comes out, I will make another video updating y'all on what that will be. But again, on their website, with that screenshot that I showed y'all at the beginning of the video, I don't think the game is actually shutting down. I just think they're just going to keep the servers open, do bug fixes, so people could still play the game, but their main focus will most likely be this new game. I mean, that's what you would expect. And this game is scheduled to release summer of 2024. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but in case you're wondering, yeah, summer of 2024. So yeah, we have about half a year, at least, for this game to release. It even says here, we're developing new features for the game that will allow all players to enjoy Shadowverse more than ever before. So he keeps hyping up more new features. I can almost guarantee you that they did not show us every new feature. There's got to be a lot more new mechanics to the game that hasn't been revealed. Like maybe they're doing quick spells from Shadowverse Evolve. That would really help with the balancing of the game, in my opinion. Like we don't know if there's going to be a rotation, unlimited. We don't know if this is a reboot of Shadowverse, like because like in the current Shadowverse game, we've had multiple expansions, so many cards. Are we like kicking off from where we left off in the current Shadowverse, or are they just starting from set 1? I think they're starting from set 1, because of all the new changes to the game that I feel like it would be very difficult for them to remake all of the cards that already exist within Shadowverse to work with the new mechanics. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to be starting up from a new set 1 and then build off upon that. That's my prediction. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. I'm going to check my notes and see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I guess I'll just show you some memes, I guess. Here, I tweeted this picture. POV at summer of 2024 and you're playing Shadowverse. I mean, it's so... When I first saw this, it felt so dystopian. Like it just wasn't real. Like I was dreaming. Like this literally felt like I was in some sort of weird fever dream. That I just... It's just hard to comprehend. I don't understand. Like it feels... It still feels like a dream. Right, pretty much. Like, my personal opinions, I guess I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, there are still some things I'm concerned about. But overall, I do think this is a good step in the right direction for the franchise as a whole. Because, again, Shadowverse is such an old game at this point that has a lot of things that a lot of people have been complaining about, especially when it comes to balancing and user interface. So I feel like this can be a step in the right direction if they actually succeed, you know? And that's what I'm worried about. If they end up completely dropping the ball on this game, then what will become of Shadowverse? You know? So like that's why it's concerning, because such a big leap is such a big risk. So it does have me worried. But at the end of the day, I'm still excited. I want this franchise to grow for the better. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Share with me your predictions, your opinions, your concerns, and yeah, subscribe if you want to keep up to date with this game, because I will be covering it, all the news that comes out. And yeah, that's about it. This is Bagel Gasai, and signing out.
Life is moving by, but I can't keep from asking why. I wanna relive all those nights. I'm gonna turn back time tonight.